Hello everyone! Today I'm going to talk about why objects float more easily in salt water rather than in fresh water. I know that it's a question that you've been wondering for several weeks, and if not, please say yes. I need to eat. First of all, I'd like to explain why I'm talking in English and not in Spanish. Because as you can see, my other videos are in Spanish. Well, my idea is that up to now my videos are going to be in English. I don't know if that idea is going to work, but I'll try. Basically, I'm talking in English because I'm planning to improve my English this year, and also I'm planning to go on an exchange in 2024, so I need my English pretty sharp. I don't know if that's an expression. I'd be grateful if you could write in the comments section if you find any grammatical error or, I don't know, any feedback. And now, the main thing of this video. If your answer is that this occurs because of the density, yes, you are right. But there are several topics that can be untrained based on the theory of density and buoyancy. So it's not that easy, or, well, yeah, it is, but I like to talk, I guess. Density is a measure of the amount of mass in a given unit of space. So what's the role of it in all this? Well, this is a fundamental factor for the buoyancy of an object, a factor that influences the object that floats as well as the gas or liquid to be considered. If an object is less dense than a fluid, it will float. Alright, what's buoyancy? Buoyancy is actually a force. It's the force that has the opposite sense to the gravity force, and if this force is bigger or equal in magnitude than the gravity force, then the object will float. Now, why does this happen? Before starting with the explanation, it's always useful to use extremes. Imagine you are on the ground and happy because, I don't know, you won the lottery. Then suddenly the sun falls and everything explodes. Nah, I'm just kidding. But suddenly the dirt turns into water, so you can float. But then the water turns into air, so you sink. So this is a way of playing with density. I don't know if this had a point, but, well, let's go on with the explanation. The increased density of salt water affects the buoyancy of objects. I mean, it's logical to think that salt water is more dense than fresh water. It's salt plus water. I mean, come on. According to Archimedes' principle, an object submerged in a fluid experiences an upward buoyant force equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the object. So as salt water is heavier than fresh water, every single number in the calculation fits. This force helps the object to float. According to the popular account, Archimedes made his discovery while trying to solve a problem posed by King Hero II of Syracuse. I don't know how it's pronounced, but you get the idea. The king suspected that his new crown was not made entirely of gold and asked Archimedes to find a way to determine its purity without damaging it. As the story goes, Archimedes was pondering over this problem while taking a bath. It is said that during his bath, Archimedes noticed the water level rising as he submerged his body. This observation led him to make a connection between the water displaced by his body and the upward force he experienced. He realized that the same principle could be applied to any object submerged in a fluid. Excited by his discovery, Archimedes is said to have run naked shouting Eureka, meaning I have found it in Greek. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and that's why objects float more easily in salt water rather than in fresh water.